Daily Update 1 Appointment. India's first AI university appoints award-winning American professor as VC. Universal AI University, UAIU, India's leading artificial intelligence institution, has appointed Simon Muck, an international strategist and award-winning academic, as Vice-Chancellor. Muck's selection as founding Vice-Chancellor is a notable milestone, as he is the first foreign national to lead an Indian institution. Muck, who has expertise in Silicon Valley businesses and academia, will work closely with the university's Chancellor, Professor Tarundeep Singh Anand. His primary focus will be on elevating UAIU's global standing through an innovative AI-driven curriculum while maintaining ethical standards in education. Daily Update 2 Awards. GRSE wins Sustainable Governance Champion Award. Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, GRSE, Limited, has received the Sustainable Governance Champion Award at the Outlook Planet Sustainability Summit and Awards 2024. This accolade demonstrates GRSE's persistent commitment to sustainable practices and governance excellence. The Sustainable Governance Champion Award recognizes GRSE's efforts to integrate sustainability into its core operations, foster innovation, and promote environmental stewardship in the marine and defense sectors. Daily Update 3 Banking. Kotak Mahindra Bank plans to open up to 200 new branches in FY25. India's Kotak Mahindra Bank will accelerate the building of new branches, adding 175 to 200 in the fiscal year 2024-25, according to a senior bank executive, months after the central bank prevented the private lender from acquiring new clients digitally. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, prohibited Kotak from adding new customers through its online and mobile banking platforms, as well as issuing new credit cards, in April due to information technology problems. Prior to the RBI's ruling, Kotak relied largely on digital platforms to acquire new customers. Daily Update 4 Economy. ICICI Bank MCAP tops $100 billion, becomes only sixth Indian co to hit milestone. On 25th June, ICICI Bank's market value surpassed $100 billion for the first time, making it only the sixth firm to do so. The private sector lender joins the ranks of Reliance Industries, Tata Consultancy Services, HDFC Bank, and Bharti Airtel, the four other domestically listed corporations with market capitalizations over $100 billion. Previously, Infosys had attained the milestone. After hitting a record high of 1,207 rupees, shares of ICICI Bank last closed at 1,199 rupees, up 2.5%, valuing the firm at 8.44 trillion rupees, $100 billion. Daily Update 5 Science and Technology. China becomes first country to retrieve rocks from the moon's far side. China's Chang'e 6 spacecraft successfully returned samples from the moon's far side to Earth, marking the first time materials have been returned from this rarely visited lunar region. The momentous achievement reflects not just China's growing ambitions as a space exploration superpower, but also the next stage of a new space race with the United States and its allies to create colonies at the strategically important lunar South Pole. Packed inside the capsule are approximately 2 kilograms of rock and soil that were scooped or drilled from the surface and subsurface of Chang'e 6 lunar landing site in the northeastern quadrant of the moon's South Pole Aitken, Spa, Basin. Daily Update 6 Miscellaneous. Union Territory of Ladakh achieves full functional literacy under Ullas. Ladakh has made history by obtaining a 97% literacy rate, making it a completely, functionally literate Union Territory. This outstanding milestone was achieved upon the effective execution of the Ullas Nav Bharat Saksharta Karyakram initiative. Lieutenant Gunner B.D. Mishra spoke at a festive event at the Sindhu Sanskritik Kandra, SSK, in Leh about the administration's dedication to foundational literacy and numeracy, FLN. This term encompasses essential skills in reading, writing, and mathematics. Daily Update 7, National Bharat Center of Olympic Research and Education launched. The Bharat Center of Olympic Research and Education was established at Rashtriya Raksha University, RRU, in Gandhinagar. Speaking during the event, Indian Olympic Association President and great sprinter P.T. Usha stated that the center will act as a nexus of information, innovation, and performance in the Indian sports ecosystem. The center will serve as a repository of knowledge, housing invaluable data and insights in Olympics, training methodologies, sports science, and athlete development, Usha said. Daily Update 8, Schemes and Committees. Mohua launches Safai Apnao, Bimari Bhagao initiative for monsoon preparedness. Acknowledging the critical importance of proactive measures to reduce monsoon health risks, the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0, led by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Mohua, launches the Safai Apnao, Bimari Bhagao, Sabab initiative from 1st July to 31st August 2024. This initiative seeks to enhance the preparedness of urban local bodies, ensuring they are well-equipped to handle the challenges posed by heavy rainfall and heightened health risks during the months of June to August. Daily Update 9, Sports. David Warner retires from international cricket. David Warner, one of the finest batters of all time, saw his international career end on a sore note after Australia failing to qualify for the T20 World Cup 2024 semi-finals, exiting in the Super 8. Warner finished his international career in stages, playing his final ODI during Australia's successful 2023 campaign in India, his final test against Pakistan in early 2024, and retiring after the 2024 T20 World Cup. In 110 matches he scored 3,277 runs including a century against Pakistan in 2019, third Aussie to score centuries in all three formats of the game, and 28 half-centuries. Daily Update 10, State. Madhya Pradesh ministers to pay income tax on salaries and allowances. The Madhya Pradesh cabinet has determined that state ministers will be required to pay their own income taxes rather than the state government. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav stated in a statement that the cabinet has decided to repeal the 1972 rule that required the state government to pay income tax on ministers' salaries and benefits. The Congress criticized the BJP government's move, with the party's state president Jeetu Patwari saying the government should actually be curbing wasteful expenditure on purchasing aeroplanes, decorating official bungalows, and buying luxury cars.